Hey guys, it's Alissa from Planet Alissa, and I'm here to talk about goals and setting goals, not necessarily specifically my goals, but just kind of how I approach it. And this is kind of in conjunction with the monthly email newsletter thing that I'm doing called The Adventure Continues. So I will link to this month's issue, which is all about goals, below, and also put a subscription link if you're interested in subscribing and don't already. And I'd love to also hear your thoughts about how you approach setting goals and any thoughts on goal setting, because the idea is to kind of have like a conversation and kind of encourage each other and help each other out. At least that's what I'm trying to do. But anyway, there's more about that in the newsletter, which you can read by hitting the link below. And right now I'm just going to talk about goals and goal setting and my approach to it. And the one thing about goals is that I kind of look at it as like, micro and macro. That is like, very specific goals, sometimes like daily goals, weekly goals. Some of those you might think of that as like a to-do list type of thing. And I won't say that's easy to do, but it's easy to track how well you're doing in meeting your goals when you're doing it on a daily or weekly basis. You can have a to-do list and you check off items as you accomplish each item on the list. But then when you're setting like bigger goals, like a goal for the year or a very general goal, it's difficult to see how well you are doing in meeting a goal because you really don't know until the end of the year or however far out you've set this goal for. So that's why it really helps to break things down into smaller chunks that you can accomplish on a daily basis or a weekly basis. And so, I have, big picture goals about, growing my online selling business, but then I also have weekly sales goals for myself. And that's, one way I can track that. Like, did I sell, $1,750 worth of stuff on Amazon this week? No. So I'm behind. Or yes, awesome. So that's kind of why I like to set both micro and macro goals, because at least with the micro goals, you can help get to the bigger goals and you can track them on a daily basis. Because for me, I think one of the biggest challenges is accountability, is like keeping myself on track with those goals, like the big goals. And so setting the little goals that help you get to the big goals really helps me a lot. I don't know, what are your tricks and what are your thoughts on this? Because I'm curious how you go about doing things. Do you not even set like a big, far-reaching goal, or do you just set smaller goals for yourself? Let me know. Another challenge for me, I think, is just staying on track with things and dealing with setbacks and things that, roadblocks, things that get in our way. Uh, Yesterday was a perfect example of a day that just didn't go the way that I had hoped it would go, and that I had planned for it to go. And so I had a to-do list yesterday. I had a lot of things on that to-do list. I did not cross many of those things off. And that's because some things came up that, changed my schedule. Nothing, nothing major. Actually, I was out of dog food. I didn't realize that I was that low on it, and I wasn't planning on going out yesterday, but hey, Jack needs to eat. So I had to get dog food. So I had to make a trip out to the stores. And of course, if I was going out to the store, well, I might as well buy some stuff for Amazon while I'm out. So, that was like an extra, hour and a half out of my day, where I wasn't doing the things that, I did have on my to-do list to do. So that was going to get pushed back to today or whenever. So, and things are always going to come up. Hopefully not major things, little things, even like just like buying dog food though, can throw you off course. And so how do you deal with that? And for me, it's just a matter of, pushing things back a day or a day or two, while I catch up. And, it was nothing that I had to do that was time sensitive. So I was lucky that way. But yeah, I don't want to be like, well, I didn't do it, forget it. I just, kind of push it off to the next day. But how do you deal with other setbacks, bigger setbacks? If you have a goal for yourself and you're not meeting that goal on a consistent basis, how do you, address that? Do you change your goal? Do you change up what you're doing to try and meet that goal? And, there are different approaches, and it depends on what the situation is. And, if you have a schedule for yourself, and you're not really on a consistent basis, you're not able to accomplish those things on the schedule, then maybe you're trying to do too much, and maybe you have to, see how you can maybe change that schedule if you can, or, figure out a way that you can make more time in your day, but it's hard to do. I think most of us are using our time pretty wisely, and it's just still, there's just not enough hours in the day. I know, I wish we had a few more hours in the day, or like an extra day in the week. Wouldn't that help a lot? But we don't have that. So we have, the 24 hours in the day, we have 7 days a week, we just have what we have, and it's just a matter of trying to fit it all in. So I guess, yeah, that's one of my biggest challenges too, is finding the time to do all the things that I want to do. And I'm very optimistic usually about what I can do, and then reality is usually a little bit different. So so I'm constantly like revising my goals, both on the daily basis and a weekly basis. And yeah, that's just how it goes. So what about you? What are some challenges and setbacks that you face, and how do you deal with them? And yeah, I'd just love to hear your general thoughts on goals. If you make a video on goals, leave it in the comments or send me a link by email, and yeah, I'll make a playlist and put everyone's goals videos in there. So this isn't really a specific, about my goals, just more about how I go about thinking about them and setting them, and trying to break them down too, so that it's a little bit more easy to accomplish, I hope. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and again, I'll post those links in the description below. Okay guys, good luck with your goals, and yeah, I hope we all meet our goals.